Hello everybody, thank you for joining me again. So, look who's back. Yeah, Bobo is back. He's going to help me make this video again, and we are just going to continue talking about the topic we discussed previously about the simple present, right? So, thank you again, for joining me and for watching the video, alright? So, I think you remember when I made the video about the simple present tense with Bobo, we only talked about the affirmative form. I said I like to study English, Bobo likes to cook, right? So we only mentioned the affirmative form. Today, we are going to talk about the negative and interrogative forms, alright? So you can really master this topic, alright? So, it's very simple. In the negative and interrogative sentences, we have to use a verb, a special verb, which is called the auxiliary verb, alright? So the auxiliary verb is do or does. Do for I, you, we, they. And does I use for he, she, it, the third person singular. Remember, I said that the third person singular, we have to change something in the verb. We have to add s. So we also change something in the auxiliary verb. Alright, but what do you mean by auxiliary verb? What is it? What is it for? Well, the auxiliary verb is going to help me create the sentence in the negative and interrogative. It's going to help me identify that sentence is in the present tense, or is in the simple present tense. So pay attention to this. We talked about the things we like in the last video, but today we are going to talk about the things we don't like, right, Bobo? So, I don't really like to play football. I don't like to play football. So pay attention, I said I don't, which is the contraction for do and not. I do not, or I don't like to play football. I also don't like to watch TV. I don't like to watch TV at all. Really, I really don't like to watch TV. Well, I also don't like to talk to people who are faking, who are faking some friendship or something. Oh, also, I don't like to talk to fake people. Do you know fake people? People who pretend to be something they are not. To be your friend, but they are not your friend, actually. Well, I also don't like to have someone telling me what to do all the time. I don't like to having someone telling me do this, do that. I don't like to have that kind of person, alright? So Bobo told me that he doesn't like to go out in the afternoon. Yes, he said he doesn't like to walk around on the streets in the afternoon. Yeah, I don't know why. Bobo is a very mysterious guy, so he didn't tell me why. He just doesn't like to go out. So pay attention. In the third person, when I create an affirmative sentence, I say he likes. I use s. In the negative, I say he doesn't, which is the contraction for he does not like. I only use s in the third person singular for affirmative sentences. For negative and interrogative sentences, remove s, okay? It's like s was transferred to the auxiliary verb, does, okay? So, Bobo doesn't like to go out in the afternoon. He also told me that he doesn't sing very well. He doesn't sing very well. Yes, he doesn't. Another one is Bobo doesn't like to watch action films. He doesn't like to watch action films. And the other thing is, Bobo doesn't know how to clean a house. Yes, Bobo never cleans the house. He doesn't know how to clean a house. Alright? This is how you create a sentence in the negative form. Okay? Alright, let's go. But how can you make a question? How can you make a question in English and in the simple present tense? Well, we have two kinds of questions. We have yes or no questions, and we have WH questions. What kind of question is that? I've never heard about it. Well, yes or no questions are those questions I only use the auxiliary verb at the beginning to introduce the question. And you usually answer saying yes or no. For example, if I say, Bobo, do you like to cook? Do you like to cook? Right, so do, I have to use do before the subject. Do you like to cook? So Bobo will probably say, yes, I do, I love to cook. Alright? You can answer using a short answer like, yes, I do. Or a complete answer, yes, I like to cook. Alright? Or you can even add more information, alright? But usually you answer saying yes or no. If I say, Bobo, do you like to clean the house? He will say, no, I don't like to clean the house at all. I don't know how to clean the house. Yes? I can also say, Bobo, do you know how to speak any other language? So Bobo will say, yes, I do. I know how to speak German, Italian, Arabic, those languages I mentioned in the previous video. So this is how you make a yes or no question. Okay, I just say, do you? And complete it. Alright, but let's suppose I am talking to Bobo about another person, about someone else. So if I'm talking about Bobo's sister, Bobo has a sister, alright? So if I'm talking about Bobo's sister, I would say, Bobo, does your sister like you? Does your sister like you? Why? Why did I use does now? Remember, third person singular. Bobo's sister is a girl, so she, so the third person singular, I also use the auxiliary verb for the third person singular, which is does. Does Bobo's sister like him? I think she doesn't. They argue a lot. They have a lot of fights, so I think she doesn't. Am I right? Well, I don't know. But I can also ask, does your mother cook well? Bobo will say, yes, she does. She cooks perfectly. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, Bobo's mother was the teacher, was the teacher who taught Bobo how to cook. Alright? So mates, this is how you make a yes or no question. The other kind of question you have is a WH question. In this case you have to use the interrogative pronouns at the beginning. You don't start the question with the auxiliary verb. You start with an interrogative pronoun. For example, what, where, when, how, why, right? So, I can ask you, Bobo, what do you do on Monday? What do you do on Mondays? Alright, so I have what. I also use do immediately after the interrogative pronoun. So, what do you do on Mondays? So, Bobo is going to say, I teach on Mondays, I go to the beach, and etc. Alright, remember, it's a WH question, so you don't say yes or no. You say the information. You are going to really explain what you do. I can ask, Bobo, when do you study English? Bobo will say, I study English on Wednesdays, right? So I can also say, Bobo, how do you cook pasta. How do you cook pasta? So Bobo will say, I cook pasta doing this and that and etc. I don't know how to cook pasta, so I cannot explain it. But Bobo would say, I cook pasta like this, and would explain how you can cook pasta. Another one is, Bobo, why do you study English? So Bobo might say, I study English because it's a very important language to our reality nowadays. It's a global language. So English is more than necessary. It's more than relevant. It's crucial, you know? Okay, so for you to create a WH question, you just have to use the interrogative pronoun, the auxiliary verb, and the question. Okay, just ask the question. And you don't answer saying yes or no. Alright? You answer with the information the person is trying to get from you. Okay? Have you understood it? So, that is the rest of the explanation about the simple present tense. I think now you are completely able to talk about your routine, to talk about the things you know how to do, to talk about the things you like to do, but also the things you don't like, or you don't do, or even the things you want to know. I mean, if you want to know something from another person, you know how to ask a question, I assume, I suppose, right? So I thank you very much again. I hope I have helped you. Thank you very much. I hope you can subscribe to the channel, give me some thumbs up, leave me some comments, alright? And join me soon. Bye bye. Bye bye. See you.